Hi everyone, I'm Jen. I'm finding that there is a fine line involving the past, whether it's our own personal history or the country's history or the world's history. Um, Abuse that happened with me or those that are spoken about in Black History Month or those that are talked about with World War or historical events like the Statue of Liberty being bombed by the Germans. History is definitely his story, whoever's talking about it. And I have mixed feelings about it because, on one hand, me talking about it, I was seeking validation of what I experienced. And when people did not want to talk about it, I felt dismissed. And it took a longer time for me to heal from that. On the other hand, continuing to talk and talk and talk about it and to study it, the past, over and over and over again, may actually continue the negativity that was experienced. They say study history so you won't repeat the past. I'm wondering if spoon-fed information to keep us in formation of continuing and cementing that negative theme. I know this sounds controversial, especially when dealing with, people having been hurt. It's just, I'll just talk about it from my point of view, is my father was an American. He was in the service. We traveled around many places. When we moved back to the States, we ended up moving into a Jewish neighborhood. And I've always been the odd man out. Didn't grow up with any religion. So, all the different cultures, classes, every religion or class of people, culture of people, people of a certain religion, they all think that their way is right, that their history is right, that their experience today and in the past is right. Their foods are right. Their language is right. Their manners are right. Their rules are right. All I know is that the golden rule seems to be one that is said in every culture. I've lived in Asia, Europe, and in different parts of the United States, which is definitely different cultures. The thing is, when we moved back to this neighborhood, which was predominantly Jewish, the holidays that people got off of work were based on the Jewish heritage. So when I worked, I would get double pay for working on a holiday, but I did not celebrate the Jewish holidays. So for me, it was just another work day, which, I got paid double for because there were hardly any workers available. But back at the very beginning, when I moved in there, fourth grade, I was bullied by my classmates for not being Jewish. So what it ended up teaching me is, well, I tried to figure it out, okay? Why would that matter? Why would it matter that I was not a Buddhist in the Asian countries, or a Protestant, or a Catholic, or like, why does it matter to people so much that we have to be just like them? And so I asked, Billy, if you somehow hear this and recognize me, I'm in a totally different fat suit now, but as a kid in the playground, we really talked about it and we tried to figure it out. And that handshake on the playground still brings me to tears, because you as a Jewish boy and me as a non-Jewish girl, we shook hands and you made peace with who I was. And I just feel like that made a ripple effect in the whole world. Um, but you realized I was not what your grandparents were saying. And, we lived off of Schindler Drive and Schindler Court. So these grandchildren were my classmates, and their grandparents did experience um, Auschwitz and the Holocaust and all that. Each of us, listening to the history of our parents and grandparents and the history of our world through the information that is spoon-fed to us through education system, it continues it. So the hatred that Billy had for me and all the others, Billy was just big enough on the playground. I think it was sixth grade, so it took a few years, but it's still the hatred that I saw for them for me. And they would even chase us around. And I was not a fighter. My sister defended herself. And, I just remember them chasing her. She wasn't even born in Germany. But our mother was German. And she was born in 43. So, she lived in a world right after the war was over. And the war affected everyone. And anyhow, seeing my sister get beat up just because her mother's German, which our mother had nothing to do with the life of our classmates, but in a weird way she does. And we all do. We all affect each other, and we cannot dismiss what occurred. It's just that I think we should also not live there. So people that are holding on to the past and blaming the current people are as equally responsible for continuing the hatred as what was experienced by people who are no longer us, although they all are us. Quote, good and bad. We're everyone. Without getting too out there, it's just we are everyone. But if we continue living in the past, then we're stewing in that energy and we're not growing and evolving. If you see me as a white person, if you see me as not Jewish or not black, or like some KKK neighbors that I had, if you see me as a white person who does not connect with your ways of thinking, um, you're you're not seeing me who I am. You're seeing me for who I am not. You am not seeing me for who I be and what I do and think and say and feel. You are imposing and putting the past and your current feelings about the past and about the and about the current to me. See me who I am now, not see me who my fractalized self did or received in the past. I see you. All those layers upon layers of what you yourself experienced, what your other fractalized selves experienced, what the other yous in other ages and stages and eras and lifetimes, from Neanderthal to the future selves, all that are layers of materials on you. And I apologize if it makes you feel bare. It's a good thing though, because I see you. And you're lovely. You're lovely. Love, love, lovely. I see you. Please see me too. Please see everyone around you through their layers and layers of crud.